you are. Little kid. What's up, little kid?
Oh. Hey.
What's going on, Joe?
Oh, nothing.
Is this mic good?
It's
Plug
good.
it in different. Got a new cord.
Yeah, it's good.
I think it's been a little funky lately.
Oh, that's okay.
So,
Girl.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
See this video right here?
Mm-hmm.
See Chad Gable?
I see Chad Gable.
Am I taller than him?
No.
No? So, you think I can take Chad Gable in a fight?
I would say you'd probably be up to his thigh. Yeah, you'd be up to his thigh.
Do you know who the Island Boys are?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Well, the big guy, Jeremy, doesn't know who they are. See the thing? They were, I guess, karate combats looking for an opponent for one of them. And he was like, what's an Island Boy? And I let him know an Island Boy is someone I could definitely take in a fight.
I think you might. Oh, the one
I showed him a clip of them, I guess, sparring, and he laughed hysterically, and he offered to fight whichever Island Boy it was. He said they would probably have to step their way up to super heavyweight because he's not going to try to diet to fight one of those guys. He said he hasn't fought anyone since like 2013. So it's been a little while since the big guys had a fight.
He can't fight right now. He passed his peak in prime, so he good. Let him just relax.
Whoa. You really? Are you gonna tell him that?
No, I'm not telling that. But I'm just.
Joe's got something he wants to tell you. I'm gonna get the camera moved back here, and I'm gonna raise it up a little. I'm gonna move this. Joe, that is all you. You can be the one who can tell him he is past his prime to ever fight anyone ever again, and that he has to let that go. Wait, what? No, I didn't say. Joe's got to tell you something. Yeah. Good, Joe. Good luck, sir.
Yeah. We good.
G4
Vendetta Beats Production.
He's gone, girl. He's cold heart. He's a cold heart.
What's up, Joe?
What's up?
Why do you put it in a weird place? Oh, bring that up. Oh.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So what are you gonna tell me? What's this? You're saying what now? That I'm past my what?
All I
past
said.
Gas. Hey, that
What? I just told Mr. Mark that you are like past your peak in prime in fighting. So you just.
I'm past my.
Yeah.
Okay, past my prime, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. Prime, okay. But I'll fight an Island Boy. I don't know what that is. I do not know what the hell the Island Boys are. I can't. I ain't got a clue. What do they rap?
They are like, what's the word? Hip hop TikTokers.
Hip hop TikTok. That's something? That's a thing?
Yeah, they're like the hip hop TikTokers. So yeah.
Wait, so is that new age SoundCloud? Is that
basically yes, SoundCloud? You know, they got the little hit song like I am an island boy. Something crazy like
that's hip hop now? That's That's what the kids are calling hip hop, huh?
That's their category. They're a hip hop group, the Island Boys. Yes.
You know, man, I don't know that I ever thought I was going to be the old man outside yelling at the sky about what the kids thought was cool. But
You look like a girl.
But
Yeah.
I am, but I'm still cool. You know, I'm not that. Yeet. Can I say yeet?
You can say yeet, yeah.
I can say yeet, right? Just making sure. No cap.
Oh, you know what that is? Okay, you know what no cap is. Cool. We good.
Okay, first of all, you're older than me.
This is my
Is this not because I'm? Is this because I'm white?
Never.
Man, I'm white, but I ain't putting raisins in the potato salad white.
Never. I would never throw in the race card. Never.
Shit. Joe, what you think of Raw? Raw, good show. To enjoy Monday Night Raw.
It was decent. All right, hold on. All right, girl. All right.
What time did the bell ring for the first match? I think we were both wrong.
It was.
Yeah, I think that's a given, right? We both dropped the ball on that.
Well, if you want to count her little ring to the door, to the ring, it was like an 8:12, but the official wasn't till like 8:24ish.
I forgot.
Did you count?
So were we both right? Is that what you want to say? You want to say we were both correct?
It did ring when she was coming. Io Sky was coming down to the ring, and then it did ring when they started the match. So technically, I'll call it fair even.
I don't know if that shit counts. Does that count?
I'll say it's fair even. The bell did ring, but but the start of the match did start at like 8:40, 8:24. All right, plug it tight. Tap me, girl. iPad, plug in iPad. All right, now go. All right, now go play for a little bit. I'll be right back. Okay.
Well, while Joe is being a father, I'm going to take the opportunity to just thank our friends over at Smack Talk Showdown. Wrestle with your words, cut promos on your friends. We also got our friends at Monsters R Zero dropping their bare knuckle anti-bully shirt last week. Taking the orders for that. I think they will be shipping those out in a couple weeks. We also got our friends over at Boulder Bear Gummies. You want something that tastes like candy but kicks like coffee? Boulder Bear Gummies is where it's at. You can find all of them on Instagram. All the links are in the post about our sponsors, so go and find those folks there. Joe, we will have some. We should have some Monsters R Zero shirts coming our way soon.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah. And maybe some gummies.
All right.
So here's what I will say about Monday Night Raw.
All right. Go ahead. Ooh. You didn't like it, did you?
I didn't think that. First of all, I'm going to point out that it's very difficult for me to say a wrestling show is a bad show. Because I do believe even if the show is not the highest of highs, it does not mean it's the lowest of lows either, because I've seen the lowest of lows. I've seen WWE in 2019. With that, as a go-home show for a premium live event, I thought that the highest level of excitement and energy involved 3 wrestlers who are not involved in the premium live event.
Ricochet and Braun Breaker.
Yep, Ricochet, Braun, and Dragunov. I thought that was the primary energy source of the entire show. Some of that, I guess, was probably my own anticipation for and Braun put out a hell of a match. Understandably so. We're building the next generation with those guys. Dragunov's been around for a minute. Braun still has a fresh coat of paint on him, I think. But I think that was the energy of the show. I do think the Chad Gable spot was good. Other than that, I thought the rest of Monday Night Raw was pretty mid.
I would say they did. What was it? I say Finn and Drew put on a good match. Finn and Drew had a good match going on. They did good. What else? I can't say one thing. A quote from the OG Joe. Good old Pops.
Oh, we got Pops.
Pops said Rey Mysterio needs to retire. I don't know why they still got him in there.
Clutching my pearls.
He said, I don't know why they still got him. And he old as me. He should retire.
Okay. Rey Mysterio is not as old as your dad. How old's your dad?
My dad is 16 years older than him. 17 years older than him.
Your dad had a full-time job when Rey Mysterio was born. Your dad can't take the stance that Rey's too old to be out there.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio is a special talent.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio has been performing at the absolute highest level for a very, very long time.
Yeah. So that was his speech for the night. Rey Mysterio needs to retire.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with your dad. Rey Mysterio does not need to retire. I don't know when I think that time will be for Rey. I don't know how Rey has maintained being healthy so much in his career. Yeah, he's had injuries here and there, but it's never been something like super crazy. And man, it'll be a sad day when Rey retires. I'm very happy to have gotten to see his career run as long as I've gotten to see his career run. Since the early days of ECW, I've been able to be a Rey Mysterio fan, and that's pretty awesome.
That is.
Yeah. I got a Rey action figure around here somewhere. Don't have a Rey Mysterio pop, though, and I really wish I did.
You can still find it.
I'd love to get an autograph mask.
Oh.
Yeah.
You got a whole bunch of masks. Ooh, I don't know.
Your house is a mask I like to get autographed. Penta. Big Penta fan, man.
Penta. Yeah.
They say WWE has an interest in signing Penta.
I seen that.
When his contract's up. I hope he doesn't go.
I don't think he should go.
I understand they want to make sure they have whoever the next Rey Mysterio is in WWE so they can market the hell out of him. I don't know, man. Maybe today, maybe it's different. Maybe they could use him right, but they thought Andrade was the next Eddie, and they don't use Andrade well.
No.
With that said, I don't know that there is a using Andrade well. What do you do with that guy?
You wait for his wife to get back and then put him as a duo.
Really? Wait, is he going to be Charlotte's valet? Because she ain't walking him to the ring.
But they'll be on the same show.
I don't know, didn't work with Seth and Becky. It ain't gonna work with Andrade and Charlotte.
The only thing is, they don't have a kid together, so that's the downside.
Yeah. How do you feel after Raw going into Clash of the Castle?
Mm.
You still, what are we thinking for that main event? Drew and Damian Priest.
Drew, I don't think that's gonna be the main event. I think the main event's probably gonna be Cody and AJ.
Yeah, it'll be Cody and AJ in that main event. We'll get to that in a second. But the Raw main event, I guess, being Drew versus Damian Priest. What are you thinking today after what happened on Raw?
I hope Damian Priest wins and proves everybody wrong. He doesn't need the Judgment Day to win. That's one thing.
I think Damian Priest loses. And I think he loses because of Liv Morgan. And I think that's Dom's turn.
Okay. But I think it's gonna be somebody else.
You think? I think, we have the hotel room key thing with Finn taking it. So I think we have the potential to have a Liv Morgan interference cost Damian the title. Damian then loses his shit on her. Dom defends her. Judgment Day sides with Dom. They oust Damian Priest. And then you have a love triangle of, well, I guess it would be a square. Because you got Finn, Liv, Dom, Rhea. It can be a real convoluted attitude era mess. Please note, it's not what I want.
It's not what you want.
No, that is not what I think. I could see him doing it. I want a straight up Finn Balor Damian Priest feud.
It's going to happen. Don't know when, but it's going to happen.
I've changed how I want it to go, though. I used to want this feud to go in a way that it was Finn and the Judgment Day turning on Priest so Priest could be a babyface and get sympathy. I kind of changed what I want. I would like to see Finn out of the Judgment Day. I want to somehow get to us having Finn Balor aligned with AJ Styles and the Good Brothers.
Okay.
Even if that means we have Finn Balor go to TNA with him for a little while.
I don't think Finn's going to TNA. He signed the
I don't think so either, but if I had to have that happen for a couple months to have the OG BC together, I think that could be fun TV. And I think Finn Balor alone is a good fit on SmackDown. There's a lot of young talent there that Finn could work some great matches with. I think that'd be a good time.
But I just think it's too soon to break up the Judgment Day. They should wait for
It's been years, man.
I know.
Edge started this in the pandemic.
I know. But still going strong.
When did they form Judgment Day? 2021?
At the pandemic, Edge went to the hill.
Is it WrestleMania, right?
It was like I'll say, end of 2021 and the 22, somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's been Yeah, maybe 2022, maybe, but it's been a minute, man. I'm surprised it kept on going this long.
2022. Yeah, because that's when he fought Bad Bunny, like in 2022. So yeah, somewhere in 2022.
Did you watch NXT last night?
I did.
What did you think of NXT? Break down NXT for us, Joe. I did not watch NXT last night.
All right.
I do know about Cody's announcement, but I did not watch the show.
All right, break it down. It was good. They had a mini AEW reunion.
Did see that. We'll talk about that.
They had Dana Brooks, aka Ashley, come out to the rings trying to get Rose Perez, the NXT Women's Champion. What's it called? And another main thing was John. I can't pronounce the last name. Showed up. Almost took out Booker T and the other ring announcer. How you say it, John? Something like that, yeah.
Cool. We also had Cody Rhodes announcing the 25-man Battle Royal for the number one contender for Trick Williams' NXT World Title.
Keyword: any locker room.
Any locker room.
Any locker
So
room.
that's what I wanted to talk about, Joe. Any locker room.
Any locker room.
What's that mean? What does that mean? Any locker room.
You can see Raw, SmackDown.
Raw has a locker room, right?
SmackDown.
Yeah. SmackDown's got a locker room. They sure do.
And their new partnership with TNA.
TNA's got a locker room.
I don't know about AEW, but
Could that happen? Because AEW's got a locker room.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Ring of Honor has a locker room.
It will have to be
GCW has a trailer park. GCW's got a locker room. Pro Wrestling Noah has a locker room. Pro Wrestling Noah is rumored to be announcing a partnership with WWE here in the next few days.
If I had to guess, if it's 25, I would say 5. 5 mysterious people from TNA is going to show up.
You think we'll be at 5? Do you think that's the only locker room outside of a WWE entity that has someone in it? Do you think there's any possibility of anyone from the Indies? Sadly, we won't get Matt Cardona because he's injured.
Yeah, I know he injured.
But could we see an oddball? Could we see a legend show up? Could we see? I
want to see a legend.
think RVD has an AEW contract. Could we see RVD show up? That'd be cool.
RVD to show up? He under legend contract too, so he can show up.
Shinsuke could show up. Bring in Nakamura. Who is someone you would love to see face Trick? Oh, got a prediction for Shinsuke for the Pro Wrestling Noah surprise, yeah?
If I had to
see New Japan, someone from New Japan could show up.
If I had to pick,
I doubt that, but
I would say
face Trick Williams.
I would say either Moose or Nick Nemeth.
Oh, so you think a little Dolph Ziggler? I could see Nick Nemeth showing up. He's a former NXT World Champion. I could see them doing that.
Yeah.
I had my prediction for who wins it.
Oh, who's that?
You just gotta believe, Joe. Say his name, he'll show up.
Dallas.
Joe Hendry.
Oh, that's you.
I think Joe Hendry will be, and I think he'll be the guy who wins it. I think that there's enough of fans really wanting Joe Hendry to show up in NXT with this TNA partnership. I think he'll win it and he'll face Trick Williams. He's not going to go over. But I can see that. What I think would be super interesting. Oh yeah, off Top Wrestling in the comments here live on Instagram. If I think that's what it'll be. I think it'll be two TNA names we haven't mentioned. And who are you thinking?
Oh.
I think it'd be cool if they had Jordan Grace win it and had Jordan Grace face Trick Williams. What? Tony Blanchard's daughter was TNA World Champ, right? They had her facing guys.
Yeah. But I know the broken Matt Hardy tweeted he'll be there.
Oh, really? He did? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he like maybe about before the show started, he tweeted.
Oh yeah. Trey and Wentz, yeah. I can see that. I can see them having Trey in there. Matt Hardy, if he comes in the broken Matt Hardy in NXT, that'll be a crazy pop for him.
Mm-hmm.
I would really love to see them do like something crazy. Bring in somebody like very unexpected. Let's bring in Nick Gage. That's
you crazy.
something crazy.
You're definitely crazy.
What? I think Josh Barnett's a real possibility.
Yeah, you gone crazy.
I think, but there's a locker room we didn't mention.
Yeah. No.
And there's a locker room that I truly think is an option. And it kind of walks the line of Josh Barnett. What else has a locker room? The Ultimate Fighting Championship has a locker room, Joe.
You think somebody from there gonna be okay? Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, they good.
It's just a battle royal.
Yeah, that is true. But what if Brock Lesnar shows up?
That ain't gonna happen. I don't think. I get that it's no longer a Brock is blackballed from things, but I don't think Lesnar has a big interest. Off the top said after the shit that happened in AEW, he won't be there. So I understand that I've seen things where people have said like Josh Barnett wasn't happy with the experience with AEW, but I didn't get any specifics. I don't know why people would say he wasn't thrilled about that. I know he's got a good relationship with people inside WWE to be able to get Shayna Baszler on Bloodsport. But I don't know, man. I think it'd be cool to see him show up. I don't know who I think inside of UFC would be a good person to have show up.
I don't think nobody right now.
Oh, Nick. You don't think the option is there for Nick? What if it sucks that Connor's probably hurt and probably isn't going to be fighting because it'd be funny to have Conor McGregor show up to NXT Battle Royal.
Hey, he could still be the mouthpiece of the show, just do the microphone talking.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think. I think him probably not fighting this month, which still nothing confirmed. Oh, Nick Gage after the pizza gutter. Yeah, I mean, dude, but think of how great it would be if you want people to talk about NXT. You pull every rabbit out of the hat. You break down that forbidden door and bring in people who you would never expect on WWE TV. You bring in a Nick Gage, bring in a Josh Barnett, bring in, anyone you can who will create some more interest, and it benefits the performer 100%. Ray Dudley is going to be clamoring to get in there. Tommy Dreamer's going to be begging for the opportunity to show up.
But you know who should really show up there?
Who?
They should have Jay Lethal show up, and that he'll do great in that battle royal.
He'd be a cool one to blow out. I would be so. I would be. I don't know what beyond shocked would be, but I would be beyond shocked if a Ring of Honor talent or an AEW talent is in that battle royal. I just struggle to believe that either party is willing to allow those opportunities to happen. Possibly more on the AEW side than even the NXT side of things. I think there's walls up and a divide. Because I think Tony Khan has hurt feelings around the way WWE has done a lot of things, and I think that's probably a big problem for him. But we'll get to that later. We talked about things we were going to talk about being problems in AEW. Yeah, all the time wrestling moves AEW would be open. We're going to talk about things we love about AEW. We're going to talk about things, maybe our opportunities in AEW. But before we get to AEW, I'll leave them with the very unfair comparison people always have, where they love to compare AEW to WCW. But have you watched the second episode of Who Killed WCW?
I'm going to watch it after the show.
So I won't spoil anything. Well, we'll talk a little bit. We'll hit on the things that I haven't watched the entire episode, but they hit on 1997. They talk about the NWO and the 83-week run. Then they talk about bringing Brett in and the struggles of producing another show in Thursday Night Thunder.
Yeah, Thunder was kind of tricky.
I think the issue they had, and I don't know if Eric talks about it, but the issue that I think they had with Thunder, first of all, the show's not memorable. That's as you look back with nostalgia, Thunder doesn't bring a lot of memories. Your big name guys didn't want to do another show, and the conversation that they touch on, Kevin Sullivan and Bishop talk about the struggles of producing 3 hours on Monday, doing 2 nights of house shows, and doing Thunder. Okay, so your main event guys weren't doing the house show circuit in WCW in 1997.
Mm-hmm.
The only main event talent that I can think of that was just maybe still being considered main event in 97 that I can think of that I know was doing house shows in 1997 was Ric Flair. No real members of the NWO were doing the house show circuit. Your outsider guys, like not Hall Nash, but maybe like Buff Bagwell was doing house shows. Booker T, Benson. Those guys were doing house shows, but Hall, Nash, Hogan, any of those guys,
they had a contract.
Yeah, the big name guys weren't no part of Thunder. So I don't believe it was the contracts were the problem, and the fact that Bischoff wasn't a boss to everyone, he was some people's friend, was some people's thorn in their side. I think that's what really hurt the opportunities for Thunder. And I'm sure the Bischoff gets to spinning it in a way where it's everyone else's fault but his. Even though people love to claim he takes accountability for shit, he blames everyone who sat in office for every single one of his woes.
Mm-hmm.
When I look back, and man, you talk about 1997 WCW and how hot the product was, and I heard an interview with Conan where he said, the only thing that survived from WCW is the NWO. That's the only artifact of WCW that survived. And he makes a point. Go to any wrestling show. Any wrestling show. AEW, WWE, GCW, pick an indie, TNA, whatever. Pick any wrestling show in America. There's at least one NWO shirt in the crowd. 100% of the time.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Give
Bischoff his credit. That's a lasting impression on the business.
And even some ECW shirts still going on strong too.
Yeah, you'll see an ECW shirt in the crowd. You'll see an NWO shirt. That's it. That's really what survived from WCW. And I know Bret's in there. I've seen tons of memes people made with clips of Bret Hart from the second episode. Bret still very bitter about WCW. Probably rightfully so, right? I mean,
no,
I don't know how they should have booked Bret Hart in 1997 in WCW. I don't know. But I will tell you, the fact that they weren't able to do it is mind-boggling.
We go see Chris.
It's a special kind of stupid.
Yeah.
We go see Chris.
And again, I will always say, it blows my mind that Bischoff wants to give other people advice in 2024 when he couldn't book Bret in 97. I don't get that. I don't understand why that wasn't able to be done. And then they talk Goldberg, 97.
Goldberg.
It's a weird one, right? Like, Goldberg is billed as this homegrown talent in WCW, and that it was the star that they made from the ground up, and they did everything they could to make Goldberg a star. And you have all the guys who say he was so terrible in the ring, he couldn't do a good match. Bret Hart hates his guts. Then you have other guys who talk about the Goldberg chants being piped in through the speaker system because the crowd was chanting Goldberg sucks.
Yeah.
In 1997, were you a Goldberg fan?
I had to get used to him when he first came up because I didn't know who he was at the time.
Nobody did, though, right? I mean, he was brand new. It was his rookie year.
But then when they started doing that little, what was it? He had a 3 move. The spear. He'd be in like three had it like 30 seconds.
He had a spear, power slam, and a jackknife.
Yeah, when he did a timer, like the countdown, how long it would take. That was pretty cool. I remember that. Then when he started doing how many matches he's had from like 1 week he was at 10. Then next week it was
the fabricated streak.
Yeah. Then like 10 he did 33 matches already. Like damn, cool.
He was doing 4 house shows a night.
I know.
Goldberg was on some house shows. I know I seen Goldberg in a house show.
Yeah, that is true. He was at some house show. Yes, that is true. And he was also on both Thunder and
Nitro. Yeah. Man, I like Goldberg out the gate. Everything about the presentation, and Kevin Sullivan talks about it. The short black boots, the black tights. He looked like a fighter. For me, he hit those Mike Tyson vibes, and that was early MMA. It was early UFC. He had the Vale Tudo gloves. He had the MMA style gloves, were just a bag glove at the time. But his presentation was different, and I really liked it.
And the fact that he was a football player.
It reminded me of Taz. Goldberg in 97 reminded me of super athletic Taz. No nonsense. Not much for talking. Just beating people up.
Mm-hmm.
Difference is Taz could do a suplex.
Yeah.
But I look at 97 WCW, and it was so hot. And then, they shit the bed in 98. But 97 WCW is probably peak WCW, right? That's probably the epitome. That's the benchmark of where WCW is at its absolute best.
97, yeah.
So,
even that
Arcade 97 was a flop. They brought in Brett at the end. It was a flop. Then along came early 98, and they gave away that Mick was going to be WWF champion, and that was going to put butts in the seats, and everybody changed the channel, and nobody ever went back.
Yeah, that was downfall to it right there.
That is the chronological order where people point to that thing. They also, I haven't gotten to it, but I know in this episode they talk about the finger poke of doom, and they talk about ending the Goldberg streak.
Nice day.
Yeah, Kevin Nash beating Bill Goldberg absolutely was not the right decision. And everyone doesn't talk about it today because we all got worked. Like Nash likes to think all his ideas that people reacted because they got worked. People reacted because that sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Nash should not have been the guy to beat Goldberg. Much like Brock should not have been the guy to beat Taker at Mania. Nash beating Goldberg did nothing for anyone. It didn't do anything for anybody. It didn't elevate Nash. It didn't make anyone else, the final boss like Goldberg was essentially becoming. It was pointless. It was dumb. It was egotistical. It was just a shit show. Humble opinion. A lot of people apply those opinions to AEW today.
They had a flat period yet. I take that back.
Had some things happen.
They had things happen.
Barbed wire death match ring. That was a rough go.
Yeah.
What are 3 opportunities you see for AEW today? They get tons of attention of low ticket sales, low TV ratings. People love to say the product sucks. We've seen on NXT last night, some of their stars on, that were there in the founding days of AEW are now under the WWE umbrella, whether it be Cody Rhodes, a world champion, undisputed champion, or it'd be Brian Pillman Jr. in NXT, Ethan Page in NXT, Shawn Spears in NXT. Shawn Spears was heavily featured early days of AEW as the chairman.
That was a good one. That chairman was good.
What are some opportunities you see, or some things you would like to see done differently in AEW?
I'll say better interesting. They need better interesting for the character because some of them songs don't really fit them. Some just don't fit them. Most don't fit. The only one that got the perfect song, I would say, is MJ, Swerve, and the Acclaim. Oh, and the House of Black. Them are like the only 4 I can think of that fit them perfectly.
Adam Cole is good in music.
Oh yeah, here's a did too. Yeah. See, I think Adam Cole song don't be on that much. Think about it. That's why.
That's true. So entrance music within the character. What's something you love?
Something I love. I would say some of the matches go on a little bit longer than good 5-10 minutes. They put on longer matches.
They definitely give guys time to cook. What's another opportunity?
Last but not least, I would say some. Let's talk. They need to do some less talking. Better promos. I would say one thing. Get better promo. Let's talk and bring back.
So you want more matches on AEW where a lot of fans complain that there's too many matches and not enough storytelling. You want to see more just good matches?
Good matches. Yeah. And definitely good storytelling because some of them just. It's like putting the orange versus the apple. Don't really make no sense.
There's some good, tonight on AEW is Dustin Rhodes going to face Jack Perry. And Dustin Rhodes cut a really good promo on Jack Perry. I don't know if did you get a chance to see it?
I ain't see it yet.
I can do the audio. I'm not going to put the video in because I get cut out.
It just really pisses me off. Jack Perry, you come in here and you take out my boss, our boss. It gives you a second chance and you align yourselves with stupid sons of bitches. Sorry, I'm so pissed right now. Align yourselves with the elite. I was right out there when I said you're a silver spoon baby. You've never worked a day in your life. You never worked for anything. You've always been given opportunities after opportunities after opportunities, walking over whoever you can. Whoever stands in your way, you just trample right over them. You're ass-kissing, politicking, son of a bitch. That's what you are, Jack Perry. You jumped my boss. That disgusts me. And Wednesday night on Dynamite. What I'm going to do to you, you little punk-ass little bitch, you won't see coming. And I promise you, Jack, at the end of it, when I'm looking down at your stupid carcass, you're never going to forget my name, the natural Dustin Rhodes. I'll see you Wednesday, Jack.
I think that was a good promo.
That was perfect.
Might have been one of Dustin's best. Certainly probably one of his best in AEW. I would imagine that's going to lead to tonight on Dynamite. He's going to get beat pretty bad by Jack Perry in the Elite, which is good. It could be some good heel heat for Jack. I think about an opportunity for AEW. And I said I would say what I think is the biggest opportunity. And I'm going to give a bunch of things I really like about AEW. And I'm going to give the one big opportunity. I love the matches. Love the length of matches. I love the way the matches are put together. I love that, you're right, the length, giving guys time to cook and do a good wrestling match. AEW is a pro wrestling show. And that's really, really good. You watch wrestling on TV, it's not always a pro wrestling show. Sometimes it's a variety show. There's always something for everyone, right? I always say that. That's one thing I love about pro wrestling. Something for everybody, all the time. With AEW, I love that you're not seeing the same thing all the time. Like I said, we used to WWE's product for many years of rematch to rematch to rematch of this feud is going to just drag on or circle back to it, and you're always going to see these same two guys facing each other for what felt like a decade. You don't get that in AEW. Everything's fresh. It's people love to complain, and that's the problem with everyone having access to everyone. Is everyone feels like their opinion is the opinion. And people love to complain about the matches not necessarily making sense in a storyline phase, but the story of pro wrestling is two things: it's good versus evil, and it's I'm better than you. All you got to have is the match. That can be the story, and that's really cool. I love the talent in AEW. I love that the talent brings different styles of professional wrestling to TV every week. Lucha Bros, a different style of Lucha Libre. You got guys like Darby Allin. You got guys like Bryan Danielson. You got Moxley. You got just so many guys, and you have these different styles. So you get a variety of matches. The matches aren't all the same. That's a really cool thing. Now we have the opportunity. And this is what I believe is the opportunity for AEW. And I think this is I don't want to say a detriment because I don't believe it's a failing company like every other podcaster on the planet does. They're doing just fine. Just fine. wrestling was when, before there was an AEW. Number one was WWE, number two was TNA, and that gap was huge. Gigantic. And there was no number three. People want to tell you Ring of Honor, nobody was watching Ring of Honor. It's the most hardcore, the hardcore were getting tapes of it, and that's what it was.
Daddy.
The biggest opportunity for AEW, they have to stop listening to fans. It's the biggest mistake. And I mean that on every level. Tony Khan has to stop listening to the criticisms. Tony Khan has to stop listening to what fans claim that they want. Because here's something Vince McMahon taught us about pro wrestling fans. The bulk of them don't know what they want. They want something, you give it to them, they didn't want that. You didn't give it to them the right way.
Yeah.
Book your show. Write your show. Produce your show. Give them what you give them. Make your art. Those who like it will like it. But whenever you try to cater to a very small demographic of the most hardcore wrestling fans, or ones who want who they want, and you don't give them who they want the way they wanted that person, you can't please them. They won't be happy. And I think that's what they try to do too often.
Nah, I think it's Tony Khan need to get some good writers. He need to get some very good writers.
You think telling better stories?
I think.
I'm not against it. He doesn't need to book everything himself. He can have other people, besides the wrestlers, can have input for sure. But I think whenever it's everybody wants Cesaro to come there, right? Vince is using him wrong. He should go to AEW, and he's there, and now people aren't happy that he's there. They turned on Cody. They didn't want Cody there, and Cody leaves. I think he needs to just not listen so much to the most hardcore fans. I don't think they truly know what they want.
You know what they do want? They want to see more of the other people that Tony Khan hired instead of your main event people every week. That's what they want. That's what most.
He just did an entire pay-per-view without the main guys.
I know, but that's who you always see is the main guys.
Well, while we're talking about seeing the main guys,
Yeah.
before we sign off, let's just hit the AEW preview. What it is that we're looking at on the show tonight. Tonight we have Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, and Orange Cassidy versus Kyle Fletcher, Roderick Strong, and Dakota Shida.
Okay, trio matches. Gotcha.
Yeah, a little bit of Don Kyle's family, a little bit of Undisputed Kingdom wrapped into one. We have Roosh going to be in action. Don't know who Roosh is facing. We're going to have TV time Chris Jericho. We then have the Dustin Rhodes, Jack Perry match we already talked about. That is a TNT Championship qualifying match. So Jack Perry's probably got to win that.
You know what's going to happen.
What's going to happen? Interference?
The elite. Let's just say Rose wins. Then the elite comes back and say they're going to restart the match, and it becomes a no disqualification.
Oh, you're probably right. Mercedes Moné versus someone from, I believe, CMLL, whose name I cannot pronounce. I believe it's Zexus, maybe. Assuming Mercedes going over, I don't know how much less I could care.
Yeah.
Then we have main event time. AEW International Championship is on the line. Will Ospreay versus Rey Fenix. Ospreay should lose.
He's gonna lose.
Will Ospreay should definitely drop this title. If he goes into facing Swerve with a title, it gives us the opportunity to believe he's not going to beat Swerve for the world title. He should lose to Rey Fenix.
But then again, he should lose, but I think they probably want him to lose somebody worthy of it.
I don't think you should let him go undefeated for too long. I think that's a problem. If you go undefeated for too long, then who becomes the right guy? Don't let that thing carry much weight because you're not going to have him go undefeated forever. And if you're not going to have him go undefeated forever, then it becomes there's never going to be a right guy. Look at Roman's reign. It went for so long, even before whenever Cody should have been the guy. It wasn't the time yet. We had to run it for another year. And even then, we still question, is it time for him to lose? Like, get it done and over with. Don't let this run because you're not going to let him be undefeated for 4 years.
Hey, but that was good. That was a good 4 years, though. He
Absolutely. I'm not knocking it. Not knocking it at all. But also, if you let Rey Fenix beat Will Ospreay, and it can be with a, and they can have a banger of a match, he can beat him with a roll-up. It's fine. It doesn't hurt Will Ospreay to lose to a roll-up in a banger of a match. You now elevate Rey Fenix to a level that whenever Will Ospreay becomes world champion, Rey Fenix can compete for that world title.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if Rey Fenix beats Will Ospreay tonight, it's the right choice because it elevates Rey Fenix down the road. I think it's the way to go.
Okay.
With that, thank you everyone for checking us out live on Instagram. Everyone who's in the comments, appreciate it. Anyone who has donated for our 988 suicide crisis line fundraiser, we appreciate those donations. All that goes right to the nonprofit. Again, big thank you. Smack Talk Showdown, Monsters Are Zero, Boulder Bear Gummies. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the support. And we appreciate all our fans. Thank you for checking us out. Instagram, YouTube Music, Spotify, wherever it is you find us. We appreciate it. Mark the Monster, appreciate you. And Joe, you're wrong. I could fight an island boy. Even with a broken foot.
You'd be surprised. I can't defend the Island Boys on this one. I can't do it. So.
There we go. Classic Hassles this weekend, guys. Make sure you subscribe to us on Instagram, YouTube, and follow us on Facebook. You'll find out when we'll be live. I don't know what day we're going to do it or what time. We'll figure it out. It's Father's Day weekend, so I'm in the office one more day tomorrow. I'm not back in the office this week, so we'll figure it out.
All right.
Till next time, everyone, we are out. Enjoy Dynamite.
I won't do it. Catch y'all later.